Today, is this thing going to be? Okay, there we go. So we're going to talk about the FPI tonight. We'll look at the percentages for some of these games. And there's a couple on there for South Carolina that I value your opinion on. You can tell me whether the FPI is bullshit or not. So we'll get into that as soon as we'll give folks a minute to get in here. I kind of want to talk about the Red Sox a little bit, but Cale, are you up on that or do you give a shit?
I couldn't give a shit less.
All right.
What are we going to be talking about the Red Sox?
We're not going to talk about the Red Sox. No, we're just talking about them cheating.
The Red Sox are not cheating. Exonerated. It's a good day.
What did they do? I knew the Astros cheated. I didn't know the Red Sox cheated.
It was a good day for the Red Sox.
All right, let's get started with the show here. Welcome into the latest edition of the Rob, Comrade, and Cale Show. I'm Rob Sanders, your host. I represent the Clemson Tigers on this podcast. They, of course, have won 2 out of the last 4 national championships. I also have a couple of co-hosts. We'll start with the Russian that makes Cale piss in his sink. He is the Comrade, Mike Dobreski. Mike,
greetings. It's a great day for sports. Well, kind of. I guess it's a good day for sports. Anyway, good day in terms of NFL drafts coming up tomorrow, actual sports stuff going on. And, of course, the Red Sox got good news today as well. So it was a pretty good day for sports in the world of pandemics.
Yeah. The third leg of the show is our buddy from the upstate, the bald man on the radio. He is Cale Hall. Cale, welcome into the show.
Glad to be here. Really stoked about last Sunday night's show and the kind words, how entertaining it was. Certainly was glad to be able to be a part of that, and looking forward to many more to come. I can't hear the Comrade, by the way.
You can't hear the Comrade.
That's not good.
No, I could
at all
earlier. Now I can't.
That's not good.
Comrade, leave and come back, and then we'll see if that'll do to the trick there, okay? And I will – can you do that, or do I need to boot you, Comrade? There we go. He left. He'll come back. We'll see if that will even it out. By the way, I did give a call to the folks at StreamYard, which is the service we use where all 3 of us can be together and stream to Facebook and YouTube at the same time. Their big thing right now is everybody is on freaking Netflix and streaming everything. Comrade, talk to us, brother.
Hello.
All
right, good. But anyway, that's the problem with some connectivity issues. There's nothing we can do about it. It's kind of crazy. But we'll do the best we can to entertain you a little bit tonight. We're going to talk about the FPI and what it thinks for South Carolina and Clemson. It's the Football Power Index from ESPN. Shout out to the folks watching on Facebook and YouTube tonight. Gwen, what's up, brother? Gwen watches every week. So glad to have
Gwen?
He follows Cale's YouTube page, which you should be doing as well. It's at Carolina Jackpot. Go and check that page out. Good stuff from Cale Hall throughout the week. And then, of course, a couple of nights a week, you'll hear the Robin Comrade and Cale show there. So we appreciate that. We do have a couple of sponsors we got to take care of. Callaway's Bar and Grill out in West Columbia, Highway 1, diagonal from the Walmart. You can go and get you some good food, good friends, good people at Callaway's right now. They're still doing their takeout, so you can order it from whenever and go pick it up. They're open until 10 o'clock every night. Go by, see Julie and Trey and all those guys at Callaway's Bar and Grill, Callaway'sBarandGrill.com. We also have the No Spin Zone segment with from DNC Trucking and Transport. Comrade, spin away, sir.
I stand at 5 foot 11 inches tall, a full 4 inches shorter than Dennis Wilson. It sucks to be a Gamecock. Clemson has more national championships in football than my piss poor team has conference championships. Despite anything I say tonight, the Red Sox have been penalized by Major League Baseball and are looked upon as cheaters. According to the FPI, Clemson's sixth toughest game on the schedule is the Fighting Fools from the Ghetto on Bluff Road. I am the reason Cale Hall pisses in his sink. It's utterly shameful to be a Gamecock. Go Tigers.
That message courtesy of Dennis Wilson, DNC Trucking and Transport. Lots of facts there.
Beer is the reason I pissed in my sink.
Well, you said on Sunday it was the Comrade's fault, so I was just going by what you said.
Well, I know, but beer caused me to piss, but never mind.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't we start?
You know what the hell I'm talking about.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if you really. Wednesday's show was outstanding. I laughed the entire show. It's the most fun I've had in front of a microphone in forever. It really was.
That was Sunday.
Yeah. Are days running together for you, Cale?
No, it ran together for you. You said it was Wednesday's show. Today is Wednesday.
That's right.
Okay.
You out.
It was Sunday's show. They're running together for me. I don't have a problem admitting that. I want to thank the patrons of our show. You can be a patron as well. Go to robincomrade.com. Thanks to Lawton Swan of Clemson Sports Talk. He is the czar of Clemson Sports. Was a patron before we even started. Before we even launched our first episode, he was a patron. So thanks to Lawton for that. Also, Thomas Dana Young and several other folks love the show too. They contribute $1 or $2. Stacey Hamp, Keith Harrelson, Jamie Phillips, Tabitha Sims, Robert Knight, Positive Mike, Lisa Sester Harkins, Jeff Pritchett, Christian Young, Nathan Medlin, Eddie Hicks, Sally Donegan, and Melanie Bookhart. Eddie, by the way, is working up some new logos for us. So we'll have Cale in our actual logos now. Kind of one of those things where I've actually had the time to do it, which is, so I got all that working. And that's how Eddie contributes to the show. He does some graphic works for us. So we appreciate Eddie knocking that out for us. Shout out to the folks watching on Facebook and YouTube. Clemson Alum 98 2020 title coming to the Taters. Don't be a hater. Jonathan says Cale is incontinent. Dennis Wilson said, there you go. There's Dennis Wilson's comment. I'm shitting in a toilet, not a sink. Thank you for that, sir. Way to contribute to the show, Dennis. Fine sponsor of the program. We appreciate Dennis Wilson. All right, the FPI. I want to read some of these to you guys. We'll start with South Carolina. And gentlemen, you can tell me whether you agree, disagree, think it should be a higher percentage, lower percentage, whatever, okay? ESPN does the Football Power Index. It basically can project what they think you're going to do for the season. They're generally right within 1.5, something like that, games. So we'll start with Coastal Carolina. They've got you at 81% chance to beat Coastal Carolina. You think it should be higher, lower? What you think, Cale?
Higher.
I'd say.
Comrade? What? Comrade dropped out. I can't hear what you're saying, Comrade. I don't know what's going on with your thing there. We'll move on. Hopefully, Comrade, reconnect and we'll figure it out. There, he's muted. Now he's not muted. Let's see if that's going to work. Yeah. It says your mic is not connected. There we go. Try again, Mike.
Hello?
Yeah, very good.
Hello?
All right, so now we can actually.
I'll just be here to sing.
Yeah. You did that at Callaway's. We threw tomatoes at you.
Miss America.
East Carolina, they got you at an 86% chance to win that game. So is that too high, too low? I think that's about right.
But kind of weird that East Carolina's 86%, 81% Coastal.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of weird.
This doesn't really make is Coastal better than East Carolina?
Well, Coastal went to Kansas last year and won.
Well,
I mean, maybe that's.
I mean, it's not a baseball game, folks.
God,
It's a football game.
Let's put them in the playoffs then.
I mean, it's not baseball. I mean, Coastal Carolina's a power in baseball. There's two powers in the state in baseball. We're one of them, and Coastal's the other one. But this is football, not baseball. So 80%, I'd say that's about right. I'm more worried about ECU than Coastal. Let's put it that way.
Fair enough. Okay. Up next is Mizzou. They've got you at a 71.5% chance to beat Mizzou. So a 7 in 10 chance, basically, that you will open up SEC play at 1-0. Kales, that sound about right to you?
I think that might be a bit too high. And that's not a team that we've consistently blown out. In fact, more often than not in the series has shifted one way or the other the past few years. So I would think that's a little bit too high. They have they have some question marks at quarterback, but I think the nucleus of the skill position is pretty good. So that might be a tad too high.
We don't lose Missouri at home though. I'm trying to think. I know back in our crap year, we lose them at home.
We lost to them in 2014.
Yeah.
2014, we were up on them 20-7 with 3 minutes to go.
But we don't on the road. I'd be a little bit worried because we have a tough time on the road. I'm not really 71%. It's probably about right. I don't think we're going to have a quarterback who's going to catch his own pass and throw it in the end zone this time. Hopefully, hopefully we will catch a punt, and not let it go back to our 2-yard line. And hopefully we will.
You blame it on the coronavirus if the same play happens again, that he did not get some of that great coaching.
Hello?
Because he did it again later on. Essentially the same thing.
Yeah, and hopefully if we have a quarterback that is that has a sore arm on that day of the game, we don't decide we're going to go 5 wide shotgun and throw it around the ballpark all day long. So hopefully we're a little bit smarter this year against Missouri, because last year that was the one game that pissed me off. One other game was Missouri game from a coaching standpoint. That's the one game that I got a little bit annoyed with Muschamp, especially his press conference afterwards and the things he admitted to. I told him, hey, when we're down in first and 10 from our own 2-yard line, I told Coach McClendon, don't be afraid to throw it around a little bit. And I said, dear, you really said that? You really said that to Brian McClendon? That made me a little upset, Coach Boom.
I mean,
makes me kind of hard to defend you.
If that's the thing that pissed you off in the press conferences, I mean, the fact that he blatantly lied about injuries throughout the season, that should have pissed you off.
He didn't lie about the press is not lying. It's not about that. You don't give your injuries to the press. I'm sorry. It's not a lie. I'm sorry. That's stupid.
That was the one game that he did some questionable things for me too.
Well, and
that was the one game he kind of made me mad. Oh wait, never mind. He made me mad in a shitload of games.
Okay, well, see, that's the game that made me mad because here's the thing. I was blaming McClendon for the offensive play call, but then Boom basically throws himself into the bus because I told him, hey, don't be afraid to throw the ball around a little bit. I'm like, really? Why don't you tell him hey, let's be a little conservative here. We got a freshman quarterback on the road, and his arm is sore, and we're backed up at our own 1-yard line. Let's maybe run the ball a little bit. How about that? Let's be a little conservative. That's. I'm like, really? You did exactly what you shouldn't do.
Yeah.
True freshman, sore arm, on the road, backed up by his goal line. Hey, let's just throw it around a little bit. See what happens. And guess what happened?
Question.
Yeah, so that made no sense to me. That was kind of on the dumb end, and I was trying to blame McClendon, and then Muschamp basically said, "Oh no, I told him, hey, let's turn around a little bit." And then Polensky doesn't understand that you can't catch your own pass and then throw it back in the end zone. And smart guy named Kale picked it up. I was at a gymnastics place at the time. My daughter had a gymnastics party, a birthday party, and I was there watching the game on my phone around parents, and I'm kind of just there making sure my daughter doesn't kill herself at the party. And I'm watching the game, and it took all my effort to not go F-bombing like crazy as I watched him tap the ball and throw it back in the end zone. And I knew what he did, and I was sitting there for the replay. I knew what he did is messed up. I knew if they didn't call a touchdown, that we got a break. because I knew he caught the damn thing and threw it. And so I knew it was a fumble. And I was just hoping the referees were blind. I go, please be blind. Please forgive us for being dumb. And they didn't. And I just wanted to go and kick over the Coke machine in the gymnastics lobby. But I can console myself. I calmed down and was fine for a little while.
No, Kale was like, I score. He's like, touchdown.
Yeah,
and that SEC dumbass commentator was like, he's the smartest guy in the stadium, right? He's the only one who knows that he scored a touchdown. And he did.
Yeah.
Let's go back and look at that again. Sure enough,
I was just hoping,
shit, don't call a touchdown. Shit, don't tell me that's a touchdown.
Mike
that's a touchdown.
On the call, by the way, and it was just like, is that a touchdown? Yes, it is.
I was praying that the SEC referees' incompetence would show up there, and it didn't. For one of the few times, actually, we're on top of it, which is shocking for them. The one time they actually had a brain and did the right thing, and we're going to do.
You really blame the refs? Are you really that much of a shithead?
The SEC referees are not very good. Okay, I can point to a lot of things, and in this case, they were good. They were not good. And there's times we got calls too. I was hoping they would be incompetent, and say, "Oh no, you can do that. You can catch the ball and throw it backwards." I'm pretty sure you can do it. I swear to God, if that happened in reverse, I swear to the Lord. That call be, I'm sorry, incomplete pass. Incomplete.
Holy fucking shit.
And it's a penalty for the Gamecocks for trying to recover it and for celebrating it afterwards. 15-yard penalty, first down and 10 from the 16-yard line. Penalty on the Gamecocks for celebrating a touchdown that wasn't.
How pissed will you be if you drop that game? Eli Drinkowitz basically says, you know what, I beat that ass with App State. Now I'm coming in with Mizzou.
He's not beating
that ass.
You don't come into Willie B. You don't come into the only place in this state, okay, that has at least one sellout the last 2 years. You just don't do it.
I mean, he came in with App State and beat that ass.
I'm just saying right now.
Coming in now, well,
he's not coming in. It's a whole different thing. It's SEC ball now. You know, we listen. Non-conference games, whatever. We tend to play down to our company. SEC ball, we play ball. Whole different kind of ball to wax. And by the way, have I mentioned, has Eli Drinkowitz stopped the fullback in his career before? No. Name the last time an Eli Drinkowitz team stopped the fullback. I wouldn't know. But I don't think he has.
Well,
I don't think he has.
A trivia question.
Look that up.
Did they play?
Hey, Coach Drinkowitz, when's the last time you won a game against a team with a fullback? He'll probably say never. Yeah, that's it. When's Dabble beating the team with a fullback? Last time Dabble beat the fullback. Last time
they played Wofford last
year.
Georgia Tech. I mean, they're several.
Okay, so they got
into this. This isn't. You're not going to do well with that.
You don't.
Up next, you go on. So
92 Cowboys.
We all can agree that the Gamecocks should be heavily favored in their first 3 games. At Kentucky, though, this is the 4th game of the season. On the road with the Wildcats, they have you at a 37% chance of winning the game. Gentlemen, is ESPN correct or not?
Not.
37%.
Tell us why, Kale, because you said point blank not. Real quick there. Tell us why.
Kentucky. Did any of these people bother to watch the fucking game last year? I mean, we dominated. We absolutely dominated. What do they have?
They didn't have their quarterback.
Have? I mean, they had a quarterback, and we made them look stupid. The quarterback, this Terry Wilson is not a good quarterback. This guy throws as many touchdowns as he has interceptions. He's throwing the ball, like he's chucking chum into the fucking Shark Tank. I mean, he's not very good. I'm sorry. I just don't see it. I think they're going to take a step back, and we beat that ass for a second year in a row.
Comrade, what do you think?
Listen, I think the tide has turned on Kentucky. I think you're going to see Kentucky start to go down a little bit, and I'll tell you why. The Ohio State factor. What's the Ohio State factor? Okay, well, the Ohio State factor is Ryan Day at Ohio State. Unlike Urban Meyer, he is more about trying to keep the kids home in Ohio. He's not going across the country. And I think Kentucky used to kind of go into Ohio and pick off those kids that Ohio State normally would recruit, and then they come down to a good coach and they play well. I think that will dry up a little bit. I think Kentucky will struggle recruiting-wise. I think Stoops is a good coach. I think the tide has turned a little bit. That being said, it's on the road to Kentucky. I've seen too many BS games there in my life to sit there and say I'm definitely confident in this. But I would say it's more 50-50. I'd say it's more of a toss-up.
I think you're right on that. When you look at the last matchups in Lexington, 2018, you lost by 2 touchdowns. Lost by a touchdown in 2016. Lost by 7 in 2014. There were some good Gamecock teams there too. 2010, that was the year that you guys had the fluke win over Alabama and then went the next week to Lexington and lost. So the games are generally close there. Even when South Carolina does win, 2013 in Lexington, the Gamecocks won big. But I think that Kentucky's going to play well there, and I think it's to start the season. I don't think Kentucky's got a lot of depth. That's just my opinion. But 247 Sports has them winning 4 SEC games this season, so they got them picked at 4-4. I think I'm with Comrade. I would go about a 60% chance, though, that Kentucky gets the win, just because I think one of the main reasons that Kentucky had a lot of problems last year is a guy named Kinlaw who's going to be drafted tomorrow night. He's not going to be playing this year, and I think that's going to make a big difference. And you're going to see that. You're not going to have the I don't think, as of right now, we don't really know if there's a guy that has the ability to change the way a game goes like Kinlaw did. So I'll take Kentucky at 60%. Better chance to win that game. Up next is at Florida. 13% chance to win. Winning down in Florida is never easy for the Gamecocks. Even when the Gamecocks have great teams, they don't play well down there. So I think that's about right. I'd bet the farm on Florida.
Let me point out a couple things to you, first of all. Okay, so 2 years ago, we were down at Florida, and we were gashing them and mashing them and destroying them. Mm-hmm. And then our lack of depth on defense and our injuries took a toll, and they came back and won the game. Last year, I'm not going to blame the referees last year. I'm not going to blame the referees, but let's just say that the referees screwed us. I'm not saying we would have won the game, but I'm saying we probably would have won the game. So the whole Florida thing doesn't scare me. It's not like, oh, I don't know how we're going to be able to beat them. Okay, it's not like they've kicked our butts. Okay, we've actually outplayed them. I would argue the last 2 years we've outplayed them. Now I know we're 0-2, and it's all that counts. I understand. Look at the record, Comrade. I get it. 2 years. But I'm just saying it's not like I'm going to the game going, how are we going to stop this machine of Florida? Okay. We played pretty well against them and held our own. I don't think any of our players who have been in those 2 games are looking at Florida like, oh my God, we're just so intimidated by them. They probably believe if you're a junior, okay, a junior or a senior Gamecock, you're going, man, we played them the last 2 years and probably should have won both games, and we didn't. Let's rectify that now. Okay, so 13% is very, very low. I would go more in the range of 40%. Okay, we're going to beat them in that range there too. I think we can beat them. We got to play well, okay, and hopefully the referees don't screw us. We got to play well, okay. And I'm not saying that we played well in both games. We got to play well, obviously. Now if we don't play well, we're not going to beat anybody. We're not going to beat them. We're not going to beat freaking East Carolina. But if we play well, then we have every chance in the world to win the game. So,
Cale, your thoughts on Florida? Is that percentage right or not?
Yeah, I think that's a bit too low. I would go more around the around 30%. I do feel like the past 2 years, I think South Carolina has gone blow for blow with this team. Got sandbagged last year on a bunch of shitty calls, which ultimately I don't blame that for the loss, but it was definitely a contributing factor. And by the time we hit the fourth quarter last year, depth and ill ability to stop them in the fourth quarter weighed down on us after being screwed around for three quarters. And in 2018, it was just I don't know what happened there. I mean, we were outplaying them for three quarters. I think we were ahead by like 17 points with like 20 minutes to go, something like that, and we let them come back and win. So, yeah, South Carolina generally played pretty well against them, but we got to finish the game. Got to finish. So I
bring up something. Go ahead. Go ahead and you finish, and I'll bring something up. Go ahead.
This year's Florida team, they're returning some talent there in the quarterback position. I dare say that I can't even remember what's Trask. Yes, thank you. He's definitely better than Felipe Beans and Franks by leaps and bounds. So I expect him to keep on improving his game, and that's something to be reckoned with. But I still think that South Carolina will play well in this game. Well enough to win, I don't know, but I think not 20 or 13% low. Nah, not buying it.
Now, I value your opinion, Cale, but I also follow this guy on YouTube. His YouTube channel is Carolina Jackpot. He kind of looks like you. And he said after several games last year, I'm tired of hearing about fucking depth. Will Muschamp's been here forever. I'm tired of hearing about fucking depth. So, I mean, should I listen to Carolina Jackpot? Because that's what he said. He's tired of hearing about fucking depth.
Real quick, he's talking about a game 2 years ago.
I wasn't talking to you.
Okay, that was 2 years ago.
I was not talking to you.
Okay, I'm just trying to clarify.
I'm just wondering because
he's sick of it now. He's sick of it last year, but 2 years ago.
Okay. Well, do you think that Muschamp should be at the point where you have enough depth?
Well, we are. That was 2 years ago. He's talking about depth 2 years ago. It's different now. Yes.
I'm glad that you're answering questions for Caleb.
I'm trying to defend Caleb.
Yeah, I mean, just because I bitched about that, just because I bitched about hearing about depth all the time, didn't mean that I thought that we had enough depth. I agree that we have a lack of depth, and I'm tired of hearing about it because it shouldn't be an issue anymore. Just to clarify.
Well, that's my entire point.
Yeah, but 2 years ago it was an issue. He wasn't sick of it then. That's his point.
Are you answering for him?
I'm just trying to.
Are you answering for him? Are you a Chad Cathy dog?
Because you're trying to impugn the integrity of a co-host here, and you're after the integrity of this.
You can go one-on-one with me,
and I'm trying to clear his name, much like Rob Manfred cleared the Red Sox today. God
damn, you really ruined some shit. Cale can defend himself. He doesn't need your help. So slow down with that bullshit. Anyway, up next, they've got Tennessee at a 57% chance to win. I think that is about even. I think Tennessee's going to win, but 50-50 game. They could, you guys could take them down at Billy Bryce. Cale, what do you think about Tennessee? Is 57 too low, too high?
I think that's about right. I think as long as we go out there and execute and play well, that we win that game. I don't feel like the past 3 years, especially what was glaringly obvious last year. The past 3 years, we haven't played very well against that team. However, 2017 and 2018, we were able to pull out a win. Last year, we didn't play well and got blown out. So this should be a revenge spot. A game that we should have lost last year. Should have played better than that. And I think South Carolina takes the win over there. They're losing a lot in the skill position, losing a lot in the receiver positions, and I understand that they're recruiting well. Under Jeremy Pruitt. They've brought in. They got a 5-star kid, quarterback. I don't know how much he will. I can't remember the kid's name.
Yeah, I can't. I know who you're talking about.
I don't know how much he's going to play. But if you listen to Vol fans, last night on the Uncle Lou live show, he was talking about if you listen to Vol fans, he's going to win 5 Heisman trophies. He's going to break all Tennessee's records. He's going to break all the SEC records by the time he's done at the University of Tennessee.
Will he teabag a trainer like Peyton Manning did?
No, probably not, because that's not acceptable. And that's you can't do that because it violates social distancing.
That's a good point, Kale. There will be no teabagging this year simply because of social distancing. Shout out to Gary Mills. He's the head teabagger watching on Facebook Live tonight.
What's up?
Yeah, he said on there, he said Tennessee can win these nuts. I agree. Fuck them.
Fuck them.
Fuck them in the nose, fuck them in the ear.
Half of me wants Tennessee to lose because I'm sure the show after that, Kale will be laughing his balls off if the Gamecocks can get the win over Tennessee.
Fuck them and their stupid ass fucking redneck coach, that goddamn dumbass. He's more. God, I can't stand that dumbass.
Does he piss you off more than a lot of other coaches?
Yes, you know what pisses me off about it the most? The fact he fucking beat us last year. Those fucking dumb, goofy son of a
everybody
bitch.
fucking beat you last year. Eli Drinkowitz beat you last year. You got a problem?
Fuck him too.
God damn, Kale. Comrade, 57%. You think that's about right for the Tennessee game?
No. I'm not sold on Tennessee. I'm sorry. They lost some players. They lost their best player. I'm not sold on their coach. I watched them lose to crappy teams last year, and it just so happened we played like crap. And by the time we played them last year, we were a damn shell of a damn competent football team. We have them at home this year. We're better this year. Got a fullback this year. I'm saying 55% we beat them. How about that? 55%. I can't drive. 55. We'll send a Hagar for you.
ESPN has you at a 57% chance. You're going less than what ESPN said?
You told me, wait a minute. You said Tennessee, 57% chance. Wait a minute.
No, sir. Tennessee.
Okay, you know what? ESPN nailed it then. ESPN nailed it.
Okay.
57%. You misspoke, David Butts. Stop misspeaking.
I want to throw out something real quick before it passes me by real quick. Shout out to Robert over on YouTube Live who said Greenville is boring AF. Sir, right now, every place in these United States is boring AF.
Bam. Las Vegas is boring right now. Okay?
No. Stacey says Jeremy Pruitt is better than Muschamp.
No, Stacey. Oh, I thought it was a drunk Stacey. That's another Stacey we don't know.
Another Stacey.
Okay. She's probably drunk too. Stacey's are always drunk. Let's be honest.
Up next for the Gamecocks on their schedule. If we go just by what the FPI says, going into October the 24th with Texas A&M, the Gamecocks are 4-2. I mean, that's holy shit. That's not bad.
Gator Bowl. 4-2, and the virus strikes, wipes out the next 6 weeks. They end the season in. Gator Bowl invite. Bam.
Holy shit. Up next is Texas A&M at 34%. That's the percentage chance you have to beat them. The game is in the ghetto this year. Watch out for the doo-doo ice with Texas A&M coming to town. Texas A&M likes to beat you senseless. In fact, we're still waiting on the first Gamecock win over Texas A&M. Is this the year it happens, Cale?
I'd like to think so. We're 0-6, I think, now against A&M. I kind of got to look at them. That's somebody that I got to kind of do my research on before I can give you an accurate assertion on them. I know Kellen Mond is coming back. Their running game always seems to. You never really know. They don't have anything established ever. It doesn't seem like coming into a season yet. They always seem to find a running game, especially against us. I think they ran like a 75-yard touchdown last year. They've always got long, rangy receivers, these frisbee catching dogs who can just go up and get the thing. So until I see it happen, I'm not going to bank on it. So whatever that percentage is probably about right or lower, because we don't have a good history with them. Even when they had a shitty team in 2017 and we were pretty good, we went on the road and still found a way to fuck it up and lose after we were ahead by goddamn 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, and still find a way to fuck up. So until we're able to do it, I will not place any wagers on that happening.
Comrade, give us your spiel on Texas A&M. 34% chance to win that game. Are you buying higher, lower? What you got?
I think A&M's overrated. I think Jimbo Fisher's overrated. That being said, like Cale said, I have not seen us beat them. I have not seen us really play well against them. We played a little bit. We played okay in spurts against them. But I'm not really chalking this game up for a win. I think we can beat them, but 34% is probably about right. I feel about a 34% chance we beat them. But that's about right.
I am thinking that I don't like Jimbo Fisher. I think Jimbo Fisher is a fraud. Okay, I'm just making sure I put that out there. The guy married a stripper. We've talked about this before. He actually took her to get her name legally changed to her stripper name. She wanted to be Candy with an I. And then she decided to spin on a Florida trainer's penis. And then all of a sudden, he's going to Texas A&M. Not really in the Jimbo Fisher.
It sounds like he's just a horny fucker. He's all hopped up on Blue Chew.
He might be hopped up on Blue Chew, but the reality is he's been running around with his 10-gallon cowboy hat. I'd like to take a shit in his hat, by the way. Fuck that guy. Can't stand Jimbo Fisher. And I think the main reason was the whole thing with him at Florida State with Jameis the rapist, where he suspended him. But then he's like, "Oh, well, you can't. You're not supposed to be in your fucking clothes. You're suspended." Winston dresses out. He has no clue what's going on with that man. So it's just, I think that, and I'm not the one to defend the Gamecocks here. I think Will Muschamp is a fucking failure, but I think this may be the year that you get Texas A&M just because Jimbo Fisher is an asshole.
Well,
there you go.
We might. I mean, that'd be pretty cool. That'd be one of those things that would make the season. I'm not the word successful, but it's one of those things that if we could beat them, would be kind of a little check mark in our favor. Like, hey, here's some things we accomplished here. We beat A&M, got that off our back. Like last year, we beat Georgia. I know the rest of the year was crap. Beat Kentucky last year, got that. So maybe this year we finally get them off our back. I just don't. Until that happens, I don't feel great about it. Yeah, if it was at home, I'd feel better. If it was at home, I'd feel a little bit better about it.
Comrade, the game is at home.
We playing at home this year?
Yes.
Yep.
Good.
You simple bastard. I told you it was at home. Are you not paying attention tonight? Are you over there still jerking off?
Okay, I maybe yeah. So listen, if at home, okay, I regress. I'm a little bit tired today. To be honest with
you. God damn. Get your shit together.
You know what? I'm gonna go 48% then. I kind of like our chances at home.
To quote my good friend Carolina Jackpot, who you should be subscribing to his YouTube page, It's nothing that they've done. Nothing as far as the Gamecocks. Nothing they've done. That's what he says about Clemson when Clemson wins by 46. There's nothing Clemson done. It'll be the same thing with Texas A&M. It'll be nothing the Gamecocks done. They'll probably get a couple of Helinskis, but from Kellen Lamond. He'll probably fuck himself and throw some stuff into the end zone. Yeah, that'll probably happen with all of that. And I think that Texas A&M will serve themselves up on a plate. And the Gamecocks should beat them by 20, but they'll probably beat them by 1 with a last-second 50-yard field goal, just because Jimbo Fisher is a cunt. There you go. I said it. All right. Up next, Vanderbilt, 75% chance to win the Vanderbilt game. This game is on the road. I think Derek Mason's coaching for his job, but Vanderbilt sucks. No one shows up for their games. Their offensive line is terrible. I look for like Ricky Sandage and guys like that to have, every year you've got like a highlight reel video game or a highlight reel video, not video game. Look for Ricky Sandage to make his highlight reel plays in this, where he just rips the Vanderbilt center's head off and then, proceeds to kill the fucking quarterback, whoever the hell it is. Gamecocks win that game big. So there you go. I think I should be like 90% because Vanderbilt is a shit hole. Cale, what you got?
Had our way with them the past few years. I mean, it's been pretty easy.
Yeah.
Although on the flip side, I mean, they've been giving some teams some fits. Like case in point, 2 years ago, we went up there. I think the game was like a toss-up or something because they had played fucking Notre Dame and almost beaten them in South Bend, and then we went out there and just absolutely beat the brakes off of them.
Yeah.
So you just really don't know what's going to happen there. We seem to have had their number. Haven't lost to them since 2008.
11 games in a row. That's what you've won. They've beat you 4 times out of 29. Yep.
They beat us in 98, 99, 2007, and 2008.
07 still haunts me.
God damn. Don't to bring that up. That was horrible.
God, noon game. God almighty.
Yeah. Yep.
Pissed.
Is what it is. I mean, I think that we take the win there. I think we roll. Unless I thought they've lost a lot of skill talent over the last couple of years, and I don't see it getting replaced. Last year, the Sherber was the kid's name, the quarterback that was there for a few years. Yep. He's gone, and they tried to replace him with a transfer. It didn't work out too well. They don't have receivers. You allude to the offensive line issues there. Derek Mason, I think he's a good coach. I think he's just not getting the athletes in there. So I'd say that's about right. Maybe more than that, just depending on what's going on that short time of the year. I think the Gamecocks roll in that one. Interesting to say about Ricky Sandage ripping somebody's head off. I'd like to see that happen. I mean, he's been a highly talented player, but I haven't seen a whole lot from him since he's been there. I don't know if he's got the killer instinct or not. We'll see. He looks awful nice. Huh?
We'll find the fuck out. That's how it works.
Find the fuck out. I don't know. He looks too calm. I don't see him raise some hell.
Mike, are you agreeing with that?
Yeah, I think we hired now. I'm not worried about Vanderbilt. I do want to say something real quick. Stacey McDaniel, I think it's a guy. Is it a guy or I don't know. Anyway, Stacey McDaniel, real quick, says Muschamp will be fired this season. Fact. Okay. Here's my thing. I'm gonna double down on this. And it's not because I believe in Muschamp or whatever. There is no way Will Muschamp gets fired this year. And he can, you know what? He can almost go 0-12. And if you haven't been following kind of the sports world right now,
fired during the season or fired?
No, he won't be fired. He will coach again another season. Okay,
at South Carolina.
Yeah, South Carolina. And the reason why is this: there are programs right now where employees are being furloughed okay, where they're laying off people, they're cutting budgets. Carolina is not going to go, hey, we're going to pay you millions of dollars to fire you, and then go and hire a new person and a new staff and pay them. Meanwhile, we're furloughing people and maybe cutting back on program expenses. Not a good look. Not going to happen. That goes for a lot of schools. So a lot of coaches are safe this year. And that's because I don't think you're going to see a season come fall. Just an FYI. I think they play in spring. You're not going to see it happen. So Muschamp will coach all the whatever the next season we have, he will coach it, and he will coach whatever the following season is. And then at that point, and when things self-correct and money-wise, then they can make a decision on how he's doing. But he's not going anywhere, and regardless of his record, what he does, unless he commits a crime, unless he does something, that's different. I'm talking pure football things. You're not going to pay a guy, okay, because the buyout right now doesn't seem a lot. It seems a lot now compared to what's going on with budgets. I mean, schools are losing a ton of money. A ton of money.
Marcus Mariota said,
I will bet that.
Let me read the comment. It's an audio show here, brother. Okay. Oh my God. Comrade, put 200 on that. I got 200 must dump gone by the end of the season. Will you bet Marcus Mariota, sir?
I will bet that. He will not be gone at the end of this season. Okay, assuming he does not commit some huge violation. Now, I'm just assuming that. Now, if he goes and kills somebody, that's different. Okay, assuming he doesn't rape 45 people or something, but football reasons, he's not being fired. You're not getting rid of him.
Over on YouTube to NASCAR Vols, and a comment ended, and Carolina has such low standards. Sir, you're not very far removed from going 0-8 in the SEC.
Yeah.
And carrying a fucking garbage can with your team's logo painted around on the inside. What happened to the fucking garbage can?
You hired Derek Dooley.
Low standards. You hired your 21st choice for head coach. That's low standards.
Well, my thing with Will Muschamp, I go back and I don't know if I can do this or not. Kale may do a better Ernie Ladd impersonation than I do. He's been stealing money for years.
Yes, you've been stealing money. You're stealing money every time you go out there. Every time you go on the damn sideline, you're stealing money from the University of South Carolina and from their taxpayers, Muschamp.
That's exactly right. He's stealing money. The Comrade found him stealing money. Big Cat Ernie
Stealing money from the Gamecock Club.
All right. Up next.
Hey, let me get into something real quick here. You remember the other night I started talking about Tater Radio and started telling a story I couldn't finish because I couldn't remember what I was talking about.
Yeah, nobody knows what you were talking about, Kale, but it was funny.
Anyway, here's what it was. I finally remembered. I was listening to Tater Radio. I think it was last Wednesday or Thursday morning. The morning guy, Mickey Plyler. And he's talking about the NFL draft and talking about guys being drafted. He's talking about worth ethics. And I think he was talking about, DeAndre Swift, who former Georgia Bulldog, didn't he sit out? He sat out the bowl game this past year against Baylor. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's who he was talking about. But he starts talking about him getting drafted and where these positions might land, and he's like, "Man, I'd be worried a little bit about work ethic, because the bottom line is, he quit on his team, man. He quit on his team. He quit on his team before the end of the season. He played ball game. Okay, that's only come into fashion in the last couple of 3 years or so. Okay, and I agree. I don't like it either, but you wait to see when either this year or next year. Sometime it's going to fucking happen. And tater shits are not going to the damn playoffs, okay? And when they go to a damn one of these New Year's Six bowls, one of these meaningless bowls, and end up in like a fucking an orange bowl or a sugar bowl or something like that, one of them motherfuckers sits out because he wants to protect his damn draft status. I guarantee you that son of a bitch, he's got a mouthful of shit half the time anyway. He's got to protect. He's an investment. He's got to protect his investment. And we wish the young man good luck and Godspeed him and all he does. I guarantee you that's what the damn tune will be. Hypocrite. I just want to throw that out there.
Speaking for myself on this show, I agree with what NASCAR Vol says. If you don't play in a bowl, you're a damn quitter. Play with your team, for God's sakes. The whole thing of camaraderie and battling with your boys and everything else. So let me get this right. A Thursday night game, if you're, let's say it's Thursday night game with Kentucky and you're South Carolina. That means more to some folks than, a bowl game at the end of the season. Just stop. Just finish the damn thing. And I know that people talk about protecting your investment and everything else. Just finish, for God's sake. What's going to be interesting is that if everything gets moved to the spring, like Comrade says it is, Travis Etienne will not play in the spring football league.
What will happen then? What will be the narrative then for Gator Nation? I'm going to find this now. There is a person on the Robin Comrade Facebook page, I have to find it, who last year made the comment, something along the lines of, someone said that Trevor Lawrence will beat us 4 years in a row. I go, he is not going to be here for 4 years in a row. He'll be gone for 3 years. Because he's different. He loves his team. He loves the school. He will play here for 4 years. I go, he is not staying for 4 years. He'll be the number one pick after 3 years. Oh, you just wait. He loves it in college. He loves it. Okay? And I'm going to laugh when after 2 years and they have spring football season and he says, me out. Okay?
No, I'm not talking about that. Okay, that's ignorant in its own right. But Travis Etienne may not play in a spring season. What does he have to do that for beating the hell out of himself to play in spring leagues or the spring league or whatever? And then you got to go through the NFL combine and all the training and everything for that. I think if it goes to that, then I don't think Etienne's going to play. By the way, NASCAR Vol with a comment here. Only committed players like Peyton stay for 4 years. Peyton Manning stayed because he dropped his nuts on a trainer's shin, and he knew that would follow him forever. That's why Manning stayed.
He wasn't sure if he could drop nuts in the NFL on the trainer.
Exactly.
But he knew in college he could. Let me stay for 1 more year so I can drop nuts on the female trainer in college. Because I heard the NFL trainers are dudes. And he goes, I'm not quite, I'm ready for that yet.
He may have liked the dudes in the NFL. We don't know.
Nobody did that then anyway.
Fuck out of here.
Nobody left after 3 years back then.
Yeah. Well. Up next.
So,
real quick, Delta 900 says your name is Stacy. People don't like Stacy's almost as much as they don't like Karen's. That is true, but people do like Stacy's mom because she's got it going on.
My wife's name's Karen. Stop with the bullshit.
I know.
My wife's pretty damn cool. Stop with that bullshit.
What about Stacy's mom, though? Have you heard that song? Stacy's mom has got it going on.
Stop
Good
it.
Song.
Up next on the schedule, November the 7th, supposedly, if we play in the fall, the Georgia Bulldogs will come to Columbia and play. 14% chance that the Gamecocks pull off the upset. Is that too high or too low? We'll start with the Comrade.
It's a 0% chance we will chew on hedges this year because the game is in Williams-Brice Stadium. So that's the good sign, is that Rob won't be upset for 3 months afterwards if we do beat Georgia again. Are you still mad about it? Are you still mad?
I'm not going to.
I'm just asking a simple question. Yes or no? Are you still mad that we ate hedges?
Look, are you going to let me talk or not?
Okay, yeah. Yes or no?
I expected more from certain Gamecock fans.
I'm asking. So yes, the answer is yes. He's still upset.
It's not my team. I mean, you guys are a shithole, and you went and got a fluke win at Georgia, and that's what happened. Maybe Kirby Smart and Will Muschamp lick each other's dongs in the off season, and Will Muschamp licked last year, and
we had that fluke win against Alabama too.
Yep, maybe that's
one. It's not a fluke.
Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
At home, 14% at home is a little bit low. I don't think we'll beat Georgia this year because a lot of things went right in that game. But the same token that we had injuries. I mean, Helinski got hurt, was playing on a leg, and then Joyner came in, and he was basically playing on a bad leg, and we still won the game. So a lot of things had to go right, but the same token, we were playing kind of with one arm tied behind our back. The fact we won the game and basically were playing kind of like injured was pretty damn impressive. So do I think we'll win? I mean, I wouldn't gamble on that. Like I'm going to gamble on the fact that Muschamp will be here for next season with Mariota for $200. But 14% is a little bit low. Yeah. I'm going to go 25% chance. I think if we go ahead and flip the coin 4 times, it comes up heads one time. Probably. Well, actually, yeah. Let's do that.
Kale, what do you got? Too high or too low?
Too low. South Carolina defense is going to be good this year. Georgia going to have a solid offensive line, as they always do. Outside running game. The huge variable with them is the quarterback. How's this ACC guy going to come in and transition to the SEC? I don't know. By that point in the season, we should know. I think he'll do okay. Certainly much more talent on the Georgia roster than on the South Carolina roster, but I'm not impressed with Kirby Smart and not impressed with his coaching acumen. And we're 2-2 in Williams-Brice in the last 4 meetings against the same team. And Lady Luck was on our side last year. I don't know that Lady Luck might not shine on us again this year. We've beaten them once. We've proved we could do that, and didn't even play our best game.
True.
Our offensively didn't play good.
Didn't play well at all.
I expect them to have a little bit of trouble with us this year. Nobody mentioned Kerryon Joyner. I think Joyner going to show out a little bit this year in his new position, and
team player.
Yeah, I give us about a 30-40% chance of winning there. I think that's a little too low.
A comment real quick from Delta 900. I like this guy, Delta 900. I like him. I'm assuming it's the guy. Could be a girl. It's fine. But Delta 900, they are hedges. They grow back. Shut up. That was to you, Rob Sanders. That was to you.
Yep. Well, Delta 900 supports the South Carolina Gamecocks. They have no tradition, and they don't know what tradition is, so they can piss on things, and it doesn't matter.
Delta 900 is a valued listener to the show.
Kind of like digging up pieces of grass and sod, dirt, and
completely different.
Stealing dirt from people's stadiums and
completely different
stuff like that.
Going to
Let's make a tombstone.
Going to LSU, you don't have tradition, so shh. Going to LSU, an 8% chance to win that game. Too high or too low, gentlemen?
8%.
8%. I didn't write it. ESPN did.
Percent chance. I think it's a little bit low. A little bit low. I might go 15%. I'm not sure. I'm not real confident in this game. I think LSU, unlike Rob over here and the pundits, who think LSU is going to be horrible this year because
of what? I don't know what you just said there. You kind of dropped off on me there, but
I'm back. So,
you think bad?
Well, I just think that you would think LSU is going to be bad this year because you're still mad over the fact that LSU just ran over you and around you and threw over you and destroyed you.
Right.
I think LSU still has a ton of talent, so they'll be tough to beat. They'll be tough to beat. I'm going to go 15%, Joe. 15% chance.
15%. Oh, what's your percentage on LSU?
I agree with Comrade. I think it's about right about 15%. Not even a team South Carolina even traditionally plays. This will be our second trip in a row playing this team in Baton Rouge. It was removed there in 2015 because of circumstances not under our control. Of course, it's totally different now. Yeah, but I think LSU is going to be good. I mean, I still think they're going to be top 10 good. I don't think they're going to be national championship good without Jose Barose and a couple of wide receivers, running back, Edwards-Helaire. But they got, they've been recruiting well. They got some good young studs coming up behind them. But I don't see us being able to go there and win. But I can see us going there and play well. I can see us going there and hang around until maybe the end of the third quarter, and then kind of drop off a little bit. But that's probably about right. That's probably where it needs to be. About 15%. 8% is way too low. 8 too low.
Yeah. Well, here's my thing. I don't think LSU is going to suck. I'm going to make sure that, because I think Comrade painted it like I thought they were going to go 6-6. I think they're like a 9-win football team. They're going to have 7 guys drafted in the first round of the NFL draft tomorrow night. 7 guys. They have 16 guys that got invited to the combine. 7 of them are going in the first round. You can't just sit here and think, oh, we're going to lose 7 first rounders and not take a bit of a step back.
So you have us beating them then, right? You have us beating them? Good. Okay, good.
No, I don't have you beating them because you have a coach that's terrible. I think that South Carolina has, I think 8% is about correct. There you go with that. The next game is Wofford. This is an FCS game. Terriers, I think the game is when that
we
game.
don't lose the FCS teams.
Yes, you do. You lost to the Citadel the last time you played them. Please shut up.
That was a long time ago. Different coaching staff.
But you said you don't lose to FCS.
I said we, as in this current coaching staff, this current program. Okay, that's what I mean. West Camp and Company.
96.5% chance you beat Wofford. I think that's
low. That's low.
Okay, well, there you go. 97% chance, whatever. We all agree on that. Final game of the season. It's a 3% chance you win at Clemson. That's you can have the wet dreams Comrade had when Brent Venables got schooled by McClendon, the guy that you pretty much fired and got him out of there.
He's gone now.
You still lose by 3 touchdowns. Be kind of the same thing. The only thing Clemson will have to fight there is boredom. Can they not be bored? And that's the big thing, because South Carolina's terrible.
All I go by is this. Brent Venables has faced a Mike Bobo offense one time. And all I know, 45 points were dropped. And you guys were tired. He wore you out. So
you know why? You know why that happened, right?
Because his offensive play calling, his offensive scheme, the attitude his scheme exhibits in the players in terms of we're going to run the ball, smash mouth football, 92 Cowboys, Moose Johnston, Emmitt Smith kind of deal. Okay, he used that and just took overwhelmed your team, overwhelmed them. It's attitude.
No, it's because we couldn't move the ball in that game because Dabo didn't let Deshaun stay in. He should let Deshaun stay in and play that whole game. Did you see that?
That has nothing to do with it. The reason that happened is very simple. And what the Comrade fails to put out there is that the team that he had that ran up and down the field on Clemson had Nick Chubb. It also had Todd Gurley and Sony Michel.
And who do we have?
Who do we have? Playing their first game.
Do you have anybody?
We have Marshawn Lloyd.
Get the fuck out.
We have Marshawn Lloyd. and the best fullback in the country.
He's going to be a flop. A private
best
school
fullback in the country.
Write that down.
Marshawn Lloyd, best fullback in the country. We got Dak Joyner.
We're not a private school.
Dak Joyner coming.
DeMath is a private school. He went to DeMath.
You say he's going to be a private school flop?
Yeah, he's a flop.
Marshawn Lloyd is the real deal.
He's going to be. You don't know shit about him. He hasn't even been on.
Oh, he's the real deal. I know.
Spring practice yet.
I watched the tape on him the other day, and I saw him break away from these 3 white kids.
From a watching his highlight film, he hurdled kids.
He hurdled kids.
He treated like they were hurdles on a fucking
kids.
track. A human hurdle. No.
That NASCAR Vols got it right there. Who is Marshawn Lloyd? So
yeah, you wouldn't know. Go. Yeah. Who's your current coach? Because we keep on changing them every 3 years.
The last time
he's somebody that didn't go 0-8 in conference play.
Your team got blown out. I'm just saying. We will go over the Clemson stuff on Sunday. What?
0-8.
Anyway, we'll go over Clemson's FPI on Sunday.
Oh,
just a note for the Gamecock fans that are out there. You, according to ESPN, are the 6th toughest game on the schedule behind 5 ACC teams. That sucks, doesn't it? Yeah.
Are we going to have a bet again this year about whose schedule is tougher at the end of the year? Have you stopped trying to do that?
I already have a bet with you already. You can't even figure out what to bet.
Okay.
What did we bet on? I don't even know what we bet on. We bet on, wasn't it Mississippi State will have more wins this year?
No, it was Mississippi State. It was Mike Leach. Yeah, Mike Leach at Mississippi State.
At Mississippi State.
Yeah. So the bet is that they have to have more wins than us. I mean, if we tie, I win. I win on ties. Have to have more wins than us, and it's not going to happen. I like that schedule for the Bulldogs. It's not going to happen. So that bet's easy. So think which one to bet. I don't think we're going to play. I don't think we're going to play till spring anyway. So all this stuff is we're going to be all disappointed in a little while. But no. Whatever you want to do, we'll bet that.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. I don't really care because I generally I generally win all these bets normally. I tell you what. But we'll talk about Clemson stuff on Sunday. We'll also talk about the NFL draft. We'll have all of that for you on the Rob Comrade and Kale Show. Of course, you can find out more about us, robandcomrade.com. I'm on Twitter at RobSoundsGood. Comrade is on Twitter at The Pesky Pole. Follow Kale's YouTube channel. It's at Carolina Jackpot. Gentlemen, do you have anything else for this week's show?
That's about it.
Kale, are you out?
Not at this time. I'm home. It's time to eat.
All right, Kale. Have a good night. Kale's going to get him something to eat.
All right.
With that, this show's a wrap. Thanks, guys. All right, Comrade. Good stuff there. What is